Alrighty. Who here remembers trying to get their first job? Because I sure do. You know, I printed off a stack of resumes, got my mom to drive me around, hand them out to people, and I hated every single second of it. It was the most uncomfortable thing I've ever done. Luckily, there's now a better way. I can apply online. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about challenges and trends, benefits, which recruitment platform you want to maximize your time on, and then also a little bit about drawbacks of hiring online or applying for jobs online. If you want more to look into this further after the presentation is done, there's a whole schwack of links at the end of our presentation. You know, that's our references. That's where we got all our information from. So I encourage you to go do any additional reading you might want to do there. And yeah, so I'm gonna get it right into challenges and trends. So because of globalization, companies now recruit worldwide. You know, they're looking for the very best in their field to come and work with them. So it's important for companies to maintain an online presence because of that, but it's also important for you as an employee or somebody looking for a job to have an online presence as well. You want companies to be able to come and find you. I was reading, interestingly enough, on LinkedIn, they say that 90% of employees want to hear about new job opportunities, regardless of whether they're actively searching for a job or not. So they could be very content at their current job, but they're still open to being approached by other companies and having new opportunities shown to them, let's say. Moving on, we're going to talk about AI recruiting. That's both really a challenge and a trend. It's that AI recruiting helps streamline the hiring process. You know, right now it costs on average $250,000 for a company to hire a new employee. So with AI recruiting, that reduces time and involvement by HR managers, so that can help cut costs, as well as it cuts out some of the personal bias hiring managers might have. That being said, when you're choosing an AI recruitment software, you have to be careful that the software you choose doesn't have any bias programmed into it, and you also have to be careful not to program any bias into it yourself. Amazon had an AI recruiting software that they developed themselves, and the way they developed it was by putting the resumes of people they'd hired over the past 10 years into the software. Now, the drawback with that is they'd hired a predominantly male workforce up until that point, so it developed a bias towards men. The hiring software filtered out the majority of the female candidates and prioritized the male ones. Hiring, of course, is only half the battle. The other half is getting the employees to stay. Employees now don't care so much about just pure compensation structure. They care more about things like work-life balance, the ability to work from home, especially with millennials, which are becoming an increasingly large component of the workforce. They care about making and feeling like they're making a difference. Companies need to be cognizant of that and need to adapt if they want to retain top-tier talent at their company. And then next we've got Kate to talk about that.
Alright, so yeah, as Mark said, I'm going to go over the benefits of applicant tracking, screening softwares, and online recruitment. So, the benefits of it kind of as a whole is all of these things help to ease the process. Online recruitment in particular is really great for when you're trying to apply for a job, because it is a lot faster. Speed is a big component of that. You can press a button and you've applied for a job, and on the other side of that, as an employer, you can get so many more applications in less time. For employers as well, there's very large databases, so they have access to a lot of people looking for jobs, and people applying for jobs have a lot of jobs to look for. Low cost is also another big benefit. It does not cost anywhere near as much to post available jobs online as it does to hire a recruitment agency and actually have them going out and trying to find people to fill these jobs. And the last one is reach. So obviously, if you put an ad in the newspaper, the people that come to apply at your company will be people that are local, they're reading that newspaper, that's where they saw the ad. Now it's quite different. You can have people applying in different countries, and you just overall have access to a lot more people, which is a good thing. Moving to the benefits of applicant tracking and screening software. So this is a lot more focused on the HR side of things. The benefits for them, the first one is that the software sorts and organizes for you. So if you're working in HR, you don't have to sift through the resumes and kind of do that first initial run through of applicants, because the software will do it for you. The next one is that communication and engagement is increased a lot. So automatic messages will go out when someone applies for the job, and as an applicant perspective, if you get an email right away saying thank you for applying and all that, that keeps you interested. And so you won't forget that you applied, and 2 months later you get a message for an interview, you don't even remember what it was you applied for. And the last one is that the data is all in one place. So if you're working at a company and you've got a stack of resumes and you accidentally misplace one, that's obviously not good. With these softwares, everything's on the computer, you can't lose stuff. The kind of human error is really reduced quite a lot. So just to summarize, it eases the process for pretty much everybody involved, applicants and HR workers, and it will ensure for a good applicant experience. So I'll pass it on to
Thank you, Keita. So today I will be speaking about which recruitment platforms are worth investing your time on. So over here we have eFinancial Careers, LinkedIn, Financial Job Bank, and Indeed. So we'll start with Indeed first. Indeed is a general job recruitment site, meaning it's not specialized towards financial jobs. It is also a job search engine, meaning that it doesn't actually list its own job postings, but rather it posts directly from a company's websites or from other recruitment platforms. The main advantage of LinkedIn is the amount of jobs posted every day, up to 9.8 jobs per second. And so the features of LinkedIn, Indeed is the ability to post your own resume to streamline applying to a job. Other features include tracking trends within the job market and setting up job alerts so that you are in the know of what's happening around. The next platform is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is, as you know by now, is one of the more popular job recruitment sites among professionals. It also has the largest market share in the online recruitment industry at 32.1%. The main feature of LinkedIn is the ability to build a portfolio, much like a detailed resume, where you can list your education, your experience, and your interest. And other features is the social network-like experience, like this VCIT's page, where they can post different kinds of interesting things or link different interesting things, where you can like, comment, or share within your own portfolio. Now we're going into the more specialized websites. eFinancial Careers is a finance-focused website. It posts jobs from around the world, from investment banks in Japan to private equity firms in New York. eFinancial Careers posts their opinions on the state of the hiring market, and they also post the advice on career management. The other job finance-focused website I'm going to talk about is Financial Job Bank. Like Financial Careers, it posts financial careers, and unlike eFinancial Careers, it is more US-centric. And like LinkedIn, it has its own portfolio system where you can post your own resume so that employers can come to you. It also offers job hunting tips and advice on how to create a good cover letter. Top tips include using multiple platforms, leveraging your own professional network, and not using up 10% of your job hunt online. Now, here's Manoj.
Thank you, Carl, for the introduction. So, what job seekers need in the recruitment process? In today's era, finding a job that suits your needs is a struggle for many recent grads or unemployed people. Using advanced search tools on job sites is a fantastic way to narrow down your job search because finding jobs is really time consuming. Top job sites from Glassdoor to Robert Half narrow down your choices and offer many resources for your job hunting. So here we have is Robert Half. It's one of the most largest accounting and finance consulting firms. It has over 500 locations worldwide and offers 8,000 online job training courses. The reason I put this is because they provide career advice, which is through online, so you don't have to meet up with anyone or pay. Also provide great time management tips. Becoming time is a major factor for job hunting or talking to employers. So next we have is Indeed. Most of you probably heard of this. It's one of the top job sites. So one of the main important facts to use Indeed is because it provides a resume tool builder, which is free of charge. So what basically this does is it makes you a general template of a resume tool builder, and basically you can start your journey to finding a job. Next we have is job alerts. Basically it sends notifications on your website or even on your phone. And next is job trends. It basically tells you the market of what you're looking for, whether it's a finance job or an accounting. And also, what I also found out was that they have an app, so you can do it on the go. Next I have is Glassdoor. The reason I put this website is because it offers salary data, which is key for most of us, and career advice. Also shows salary data, benefits, and bonuses, which is a key plus. And next is Akash.
Thank you, Harsh. So I'll be telling you guys about the issues and disadvantages of online recruitment. As you guys know, online recruitment is very common within our generation, but it also has some issues. One of them being competition. There are various recruiting websites like Indeed and LinkedIn, but there's also lots of people applying, which reduces the opportunity cost for the right employee to get the job, as there are very limited jobs. Disoriented money and hours. An employee may end up wasting time and losing money, as there are surplus of employees. They may have quit their old job in order to find a new job, but it's taking longer than they ever expected. Wrong candidate. So here I'm talking about recruiters not adding enough information for the employees to look at before applying. As Keita said, it only takes 1 second to apply. And wrong people who are not qualified may apply for the job and may get hired rather than someone who is actually will work their way up and hired as well. Hiring fast. Recruiters want to hire fast. Every HR department has their deadlines, so they want to have someone working for the company as fast as possible. Their time is very valuable for the company, but there's too many applicants for the company. And when it comes to hiring, they may choose the wrong candidate because they may not be able to measure the effectiveness, and they may cause downfall for the company. And next is Milo.
Good Josh. Next, I'll be talking about advice and warning for online recruitment. Finding employees online can be difficult for most businesses, and here are some ways on how to use online recruiting effectively. First, identify yourself and your candidates. by identifying yourself, by identifying who you are and knowing your demographic, you will have a better understanding of you will have a better understanding of who you are and who you'll be looking for. Secondly, getting your name out on social media. With billions of people using social media nowadays, you'll be more likely to find more candidates. Make it accessible to smartphones. With 90% majority of people finding jobs nowadays using smartphones, and only 50% of businesses are making it accessible. Use online recruitment resources, such as AI. Like Mark said earlier, it will reduce costs and expenses, and it will be time efficient. Lastly, find someone who is committed to their career. Look at their resume, look at their past experience. Find someone who is loyal and retain them. Businesses sometimes make mistakes too. And here are 4 things that you should avoid doing. Don't rely too much on online recruiting. By relying too much on online recruiting, you could possibly lose other potential candidates that's looking for your jobs. Businesses sometimes limiting themselves by recruiting just online, and by doing so, they will lose the other side of people who's not using online. And don't avoid social contact with your candidates because you won't know their true skills or potentials. And don't just focus on quantity over quality. Having more jobs experience doesn't mean they're good at something, or they could just be jumping from job to job. And instead, if you just focus on quality, you get the best out of your candidates. And to conclude this presentation, again, identify who you are. By knowing what you look for, by knowing who you are, you know who you're looking for to be part of your team. Use multiple platforms such as Indeed and LinkedIn. Find what works best for you and keep it low cost. And don't rely too much on online recruiting because you could possibly lose other candidates. And don't limit yourself. And here are references. Does anyone have any questions?